Well, stand up anyway, so we should start. Okay, we're live, right?
Yes, we're live.
Okay. So let me share my screen. You can see Notion, right?
Yes, let me add this to the stage. Yep, all good.
We're good. Okay. So protocol updates. One of the main updates, we started the Sherlock audit competition today. So that's very big one that we're doing. I think maybe the biggest since Code 49 2023. So yeah, that will be very interesting to see the outcome. Just to make sure, would be good maybe to get from you, Omer, just summary what will be the expectation from the team. In general, yeah, from my understanding, so there will be someone dedicated in their team helping with question, but we should still join the Notion, the Discord in case there are any help on that side. Is it correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's already receiving some questions. I'm helping them. If some people from the team joins as well, that would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put reminder and make sure everyone is in the Discord. So there are some questions already, but there are still someone normally dedicated on their side helping with questions. So is there already more questions that?
Okay. Let me a little bit the distinction about the questions that we get on Discord. It's more related to the type of engagements, what kind of findings we would like to help. There is a dedicated person who is actually managing questions related to the code itself, repository.
Okay. Then what is the example question we have?
For example, we got today, if we are interested in findings related to the validator breaks, crashing network halting kit. I explained that it depends on the finding and vulnerabilities. We definitely don't want brute forcing attacks, but if it breaks the consensus or bypass some security mechanism, for example, consensus break, giving assumption that validator crashing leads to the privilege alleviation, we would like to review these findings.
Okay. And just make sure so we can't make any finding public, create issues, but we can still do the work as usual regarding protocol development. Okay, sounds good. Another update, so we plan the next release end of this month. That will be V13, and that will be focused on testnet only. That will add Solana, the new integration we have with on revert, and 3 withdrawing call might not be completed, but at least the part that is needed for the upgrade will be completed. And finally, some of the optimization that we did recently regarding TSS and observation. Maybe that could be good to get just more clarification on testnet only, maybe from you, Charlie. So the idea would be that we're just gonna keep for some time a different version between testnets and mainnets, and so mainnet will go from V29 to V31 directly. Is that the idea?
Yep, that's the idea. So V30 will be essentially the same features as V31. They just won't have gone through the audit yet. So we'll do V30, fix any bugs we discover on our end, then fix any audit report findings, and then do a V31 on mainnet. Well, we do V31 on testnet and then mainnet.
Okay. Okay, that sounds clear to me. Another update, Tommy will be out this week. Yeah, I was mainly focused on Solana, so Stefan can just focus on what he was doing regarding the call, simple call to Solana, but we can discuss about that next topic. Yeah, Solana. So, are there any updates, Stefan, any blockers? So there are a few open peers. I think it's mostly done for the reward support.
Yes, so I have 3 open PRs. First 2 are related to node changes, and the third one is Solana program update. And there is a small refactoring with tests that I need to do, but PR can be reviewed. And yeah, as it says here, next time starting with a simple call from ZVM to Solana. So yeah, I think after that simple call is done, should be feature complete. I think so. Yeah.
Cool. And do you think this week we can consider finishing everything around Solana?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. For next priorities, I think we can think later this week.
Okay.
There might be some different things regarding SWI, Tom. So in general, as a highlight, so the main priorities that we're working on right now, it's on the non-EVM chains, make the non-EVM chain feature complete, supporting withdrawing core on Solana, SWI, also work going to be started on Ton as well. So in general, for the rest of this month, that's gonna be the main priorities, and maybe there will be some other things on the protocol, like looking into reducing the block time, some other changes and bug fixings. But yeah, the main priorities, the main directions for this month will be making the different non-EVM chain feature complete. So yeah, after Solana, we're also doing it on SWI. So SWI, there are some issues right now happening on testnet. We just fixed one regarding invalid address, but there is another problem that require more investigations. Right now, I didn't check a lot, but it seems like we have an issue with nonce mismatch. But yeah, I will work on this one. Otherwise, the work in progress, it's SWI with Rancor. So Charlie, we discuss for you to take back this work. Is there anything right now you wanted to discuss, or yeah?
So on my side, I just had an issue like last Thursday. I wasn't able to deploy the contract, but after some research, I was able to do it. I think the code example is good. So I don't see any future major blockers for now.
Okay. Sounds good. So I think we can work on it together. When I finish the bug investigation, I will check this one back. But it seems, yeah, support for PZB Inco is not very well developed, I would say, but the code is here, so it should be doable to complete this week, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if we can have this one merge this week, that will be great. And then we can make sure that we have everything on chain that is implemented, so we can make the upgrades so that we can integrate with Rancor later. And then, yeah, next week we can focus on some testing. So yeah, if you can focus on this one for now, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anton, so you also work on integrating local nets, Dimitri, or so Dimitri was not here.
Hey, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I've almost finished. The only part that is left is withdraw. Just completed deposit and depositing call. Shout out to Dennis with helping me try agents and local net related issues. Yeah, hope to wrap it by the end of today.
Okay. And so I think we talked already together about that, but general idea of Python is the same as we in Solana. It's to make it feature complete if we can. So next step would be implementing with Rancor and adding support for Jeton. For understanding with Rancor would be less complex than Jeton support, and that might be a good next step for Ton integration.
Yeah, so we can discuss what do we mean by withdrawing call in terms of Ton, right? Because it does not actually execute any smart contract, but we can send arbitrary like binary message to any address. And in Ton, there's like a concept of bounceable and non-bounceable messages. So we can say, hey, let's implement withdraw call as like non-bounceable message. And we guarantee that if you invoke gateway on Zeta as withdrawal on Ton, we'll send Ton plus some binary payload, and it's up to the recipient to interpret it. But we can also make it more complex, but in this regard, we need to have more wiring, observation, probably more sophisticated reverb logic. And regarding Jeton support, I think also should be possible, but the only downside is that like the architecture is more complex than other chains because each fungible token of each wallet is a separate contract itself. So like every person that holds like, let's say USDT, they have deployed their like wallets USDT as a separate contract, and those USDT contracts, they interact with each other. So we would need to observe not only the gateway contract, but all fungible Ton tokens that are related to ZRC20 tokens.
Okay, that's very specific.
Yeah, very specific, but probably there are some ways how to make this simpler. I have not yet investigated in depth, but overall this is how it works. So there's like a master contract of each fungible token, and everyone just deploys like a nested, like a child contract, and they somehow communicate. And like overall, I wanted to understand like the priorities because we have so many things in flight. Like, do we want to still like focus on Solana and Sui and so on, or like do we want to double down, let's say, on Sui to complete it first? Because I think if we try to like develop 3 non-VM chains concurrently, it like kind of slows us down because let's say I need to review Sui related PR, and it's kind of hard to like keep the domain specific conflict on this chain because I'm like spent last couple of weeks coding like in TypeScript and Ton related stuff, and I think it's the same for other team members. Let's say if Stefan works on Solana, he don't have like much domain knowledge to thoroughly review Ton PRs. And it's not only about like tech side, it's all about product because like do we want to like deploy Sui as fast as possible or like bring Solana new features to mainnet? Like what do you think, guys?
Yeah. So for Solana, that should be good soon. Once we have reverse support, simple call, there shouldn't be a lot of work to do unless there are some issues that happen once we push this live. Sui, Rhino Wizard Call implementation is going well with 2 people assigned to it, but eventually we can see if there are any help needed. Maybe once you finish the local nets integration, we can check it. The general idea, yeah, that makes sense to make more focused work on some specific chains. Run, it's been kind of an easy configuration because you made most of the work on Ton, so continuing the integration, that makes it easier in terms of timing, so you don't need someone else to learn the technology. But the overall idea is that we try to get more people over time getting like familiar with other chains. So like Tanmea started working on Solana, Charlie started working on Sui. Well, you did the initial integration, you and I. So yeah, Ton, we should have someone at some point doing also taking some ownership on some work on Ton. But right now, that's more the idea. Try to work around it. I think to go as fast as possible. Yeah. Otherwise, I think the progress on each chain is going well. But if you finish the local nets, maybe that still makes sense. If we'll see if there are some blockers on Sui, and that might make sense. If you can give some hand on Sui, yeah.
Okay, and have we scheduled any audit for new Solana features or like Sui gateway overall?
So Sui, the base integration is part of the competition we're doing. Same for Solana. For reverts on Solana, for Sui is call. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there anything you can add on that, Charlie or Omer, regarding schedule?
Yeah, so we haven't set up a follow-up one. So yeah, like you said, the base is sort of all of these integrations up to their current level of completion are included in the Sherlock audit. So once we get feedback from that and those fixes, we will need to do another smaller scoped audit on those features, especially those that are still in the works, but we don't have those queued up yet.
Okay, and is Ton included in the current state of its implementation?
Yes, so the base integration, right? No withdraw and call, no Jeton support. That's
Okay,
included in the Sherlock audit too.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So just a summary. If you can focus finishing local nets, that would be great. Then regarding the next step, we can talk if there is something on Sui maybe we can do to make sure we implement Wizard Call on Sui as fast as possible. Otherwise, that makes sense if you start doing some researches on Wizard Call and Jeton. For Wizard Call, so yeah, you mentioned about some specificities with the message. I think the first step would be to see how we can integrate like doing swap on a DEX. That's basically what the proof of concept we did for every chain. So Solana, we did a proof of concept to make swap on Radium. Sui proof of concept to make a swap on Cetus. And yeah, as a first step, making proof of concept, doing Wizard Call with a swap on I don't know what's the main index on Sui on Ton, but
yeah, there are a couple like Stone 5, for instance.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, and this eventually the first version of Wizard Call would be scoped, so not generalistic, and it would be just focused on doing a swap. That's the main integration.
Yeah, if you want to do like DEX swap as a withdrawn call, then first we need to implement fungible tokens, right? Because otherwise. it's not possible to do a swap without fungible token.
With Ton.
Yeah.
So you can withdraw Ton, then get another token directly on Ton.
I'm not sure. I think most of their pools they use like Rob tests as any other chain.
You can't use Ton directly for a swap.
I think it's possible, but yeah, I just need to investigate. I'm just trying to say that makes sense to figure out fungible tokens first and then withdraw call, because let's say if you would compare between like being able to swap native Ton or being able to withdraw stable coins and deposit in stable coins from other chains to Ton, I think like the stable coin feature is more important than withdrawn call, because like actual USDT usage is like USDT is the most popular fungible token on Ton. I think it's very important. And also, if we figure this out, it would be easier to make withdrawn call implementation generic to support both gas, coin, and tokens, right? Because otherwise, we don't want to introduce any API that will be changed with support of fungible tokens.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I think that makes sense, doing first some investigation on Jet and support.
Cool.
On your side, Sardian, you still working on a registry contract. Is there any blocker? Anything you need from us?
So there is no any blockers. Past few weeks I was working on implementing the core registry contract on the ZetaChain and the registry contract on the connected EVM chains. So I finished the implementation. I also finished the testing on the local net, and we should discuss how and when we will push that to the testnet in order to test there. So the next task for me will be integrating the Zeta connector, and I will start working on that tomorrow. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. Regarding the registry, so you make a presentation tomorrow. Is it all good on your side?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote the implementation, and I wrote unit tests and test that on the local net. Also wrote the presentation for tomorrow. So yeah, I did everything.
Okay. For deployment, we can discuss about that. In general, for some of those processes, we write playbooks. So I think you had a look at the playbooks we have. So I think, if you can look at the playbooks, protocol playbooks on Notion, and start writing one for the deployment of the registry, that would be great.
Okay, we'll check that.
Yeah, and for Zeta connector B2, so you already looked at the Epic. Do you have any question so far?
I don't have any questions so far. I took just a little bit a look into the issues on the GitHub, but when I start implementing that, I will reach out to the team and ask if I have some questions.
Okay, sounds good. Regarding other priorities, so we have the V3 milestone. It's mostly a question for Charlie Makoa. Is there any other things you think we should focus on if we get some time regarding the priorities, let's say Solana work is finished soon. Is there anything you think we should look for in particular?
So yeah, it's like all the chain integrations reducing the number we have in flight. So Solana, then Sui, then Ton. And then after that, I think looking into block time reduction. How can we, there's some hard coded stuff that needs to be removed. I think that would be the next big feature.
Okay. Okay, it's already here.
Yeah, and in the milestone description, there's sort of some major headlines of what we're trying to accomplish in that one.
Okay. So most likely, first person to be free to swim might be you, Stefan. So might make sense if you check this one at some point after Solana.
Yeah, sure. You can assign me already, or I will check first.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so regarding bugs, is there anything to find particular? So first, there's this one. If Dennis, you can add bug to those, would be great. But for this one, so there is the proposal for Arbitrum. We need to increase the gas limits, and I don't know, Charlie, if the signer could have some time to do it, that would be great.
I merged it in actually at the beginning of this call, and I reached out to one person who's out of town, but we should be able to get it signed in the next 12-ish hours. Since it's not an emergency, I don't want to go wake anybody up, but we'll get it signed.
Okay. Yeah, can wait a bit. Problem is sometimes the outbound are blocked because the default gas limit become too low for the lowest you have to have. And there's also this issue from Dennis where for some withdrawals it's just gonna fail, or it shouldn't fail. Let's close this one once we have the proposal signed, and hopefully Arbitrum should be good after that. It's still weird to me that the gas limit is just non-stable. That's only the purpose of the gas price, so it's weird. But we'll see what it goes. Is this one still up to date?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, because I think this is a situation where Relayer is the only one that is trying to broadcast, and if for some reason reporting to outbound tracker fails, we cannot debug if, for example, external observer is doing it. But we had some issues that were causing this, and we fixed those issues. So just to summarize, there is no issue to report to outbound tracker anymore. But if there are, then this issue becomes relevant again. So it's kind of solved, I guess.
Okay. That's a bit weird to me. So what's causing the problem is fixed, but the problem itself is not fixed.
No, sorry, I was confusing. So basically, because Solana is different than EVM, for example, because here only relayers are submitting transactions. And after the transaction is submitted, relayer report to outbound tracker. So we had issue with outbound trackers that we fixed, but theoretically, if there is additional issue in outbound tracker, then if external relayer submits it, then we don't have access to the logs and we cannot see what is wrong. So this issue is a bit bigger. This is making reporting to outbound tracker a bit more robust and comparable to EVM. So I would say it's relevant but not urgent. So that's my feeling.
Okay, let's keep it open and revise it next call. This is Arbitrum. This one we should be able to close it. I will just give a last look. We had this one we opened some time ago. I don't know if you had the chance to do more work on it, Stefan.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, this is the one that I was checking when it was opened, and yeah, I couldn't find a way to reproduce it locally and to confirm some of the suspicions I have on this one. It is, yeah, I think when the account keeper set some account info information, it's after Cosmos SDK upgrade, there is some change. But I think this week I will have time to again take a look into this one.
Okay. Yeah, after Solana, before starting on reaching block time, if you can check again this one, that would be great. Since, yeah, it's consensus bringing change if there is a fix, so we should try to do it before V30.
Yeah, it's definitely consensus breaking. So it's not a quick fix. So I will take a look.
Okay. This one should be good, I think. It's yeah, we'll close it for now. So nothing can be closed, but I will check after the call. Otherwise, that's all the issues. Is there one bug someone in the call want to talk about? Or are there any discussion that someone want to bring?
Yeah, I have a question on audit. When is it ending? Is it 1 week or 2 weeks or?
It's actually 4 weeks. It's set to be finished around 12th of May.
Okay, thanks.
That's long. Cost for anything was 2 weeks.
Yeah, that one also wasn't including Ton, Sui, Solana. Like we've added a lot, since then, and there's a little bit more complexity with multiple chains. So we want to give people plenty of time to really dive into the code and understand it.
Okay. And so I think we're gonna have a big backlog of findings with some less important, more important on the triaging. So for the next mainnet release, we'll first wait to get the results and see any critical or high severity findings we will get. Is correct?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So we want to get the features we're working on out so we can start getting developer feedback and we can make changes based on that feedback. And about the same time we're getting that feedback is when this audit should be ending. Because I'm thinking the testnet one will be around May 1st-ish. So we'll have a couple of weeks of testing ourselves and getting feedback from people, and then we'll have the audit findings come in.
Okay. And did they give like some estimation after the end of the audit when we should get this backlog of findings? And will there be involvement from us to class the finding, like votes on the severity?
Omar, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do most of that themselves internally. They might ask us for some help here and there on like classifying things, but we should start getting results pretty quickly after the audit is over. I don't remember the exact time, but I think it's within a few days.
Yeah, exactly. So they have like a lead researcher who will be helping us for tiraging, and we are also like adding our input to like severity. Once this is done, the complete competition ends. There will be a review phase for like 2 weeks approximately, but we can already start working on fixation at that time.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, if everyone from the team can join Discord, that would be great.
Yeah, and I don't know how you guys want to break this down, and maybe we have the on-call person do it, but each week it would be nice to have one person who's maybe 1 or 2 people who are the on-point protocol people. Omar will be doing most of this. Like I think Omar's going to be paying the closest attention, but that way he kind of knows who to reach out to if there are questions he can't answer. Because we want to make sure we're not, pinging everyone at random and pulling away everyone from what they're working on. But it'd be nice to have somebody from protocol each week who's sort of designated to take these things on.
Yeah, I will look into it. On call, I plan today first to do some rescheduling on the on-call, what we talked recently. I think either we do that or we just set up a map of who is the best for each topic. And I can try helping on of the question. Maybe if we don't have too many questions, I can just do for most of those and redirect for some very specific one.
Okay, yeah, that could work. I don't know about the mapping piece because I do think too. I mean, that's also an opportunity for people to learn more stuff, right? I'm just going to say, Stefan, right? For example, if you're trying to help a question about Ton, it gives you an opportunity to go dive into and learn about Ton before escalating to Dimitri. So that's not necessarily bad.
It's true. I mean, it's also not having this taking too much overhead, but I think that this can depend. Maybe if we can centralize the question somewhere, you can see we should go on Discord. We should be on Discord, but Discord is also sometimes a bit messy, noisy, I would say. So maybe we can just centralize questions somewhere and have everyone can look at those, and eventually someone can try to answer any of them.
Okay, yeah, like I said, Omar's going to be taking point on it and then sort of escalating up as needed. So we can just run with that, and it's going for 4 weeks, so we can adjust our approach if needed.
I actually propose I will post this like dedicated channel on Slack while I'm like answering, and then people can add comment and append to this, and we can follow up there.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see what comes. All right. Anything else? If not, I think we can wrap up.
Sounds great. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.